What's going on, guys? Colin here with your weekly gaming news update. And as always, when I start the video, I always recap of what I've been doing for the past week. And let's see. What have I been doing for the last week? Now I gotta remember. um, let's see, where am I at right now? I am playing Deus Ex, Mankind Divided. I think I'm like four or 5 hours into it. And then I've been swapping back to Fallout 4 Far Harbor. So those are the two games that I have been playing last week. Now, this week will be more Deus Ex Mankind Divided, more Fallout 4 Far Harbor, and then yesterday I did download Fallout 4 Nuka World. But I will not start Nuka World until I finish out Fallout 4 Far Harbor. Once I finish Far Harbor, then I will start Nuka World. And I've also seen that to start Nuka World, you want to be at least a level 30. I'm not. I'm a level 25 right now, which I know to most people that's probably pretty low. Because a lot of people that I have seen are in like the frickin' 50s and 60s, and I've even seen some people in the 80s. You know, a lot of people dumped so many hours into Fallout 4. And trust me, I get it. I completely get it. I didn't have the time to do that, though. That's the problem. That's why my level is so low. If I had the time, I would have put more hours into it and gotten a higher level, but I couldn't. Because, you know, with my job schedule, it makes it very hard to dump those kind of hours into a game. And, you know, Fallout 4, with how massive of a game it is, to get to, you know, those really high levels, you gotta put in a lot of hours, which I can't do. If, you know, perhaps my YouTube thing takes off and I'm doing okay money-wise and everything, then yeah, you know what? I could put those kind of hours into a game. Because YouTube would be my full-time job. But right now, I have my full-time job, and then I do YouTube on the side. Full-time, actually. I work a lot between YouTube and my regular job, so. But I'm trying to get my, you know, gaming channel up and running, and, you know, to where I can do that, to where I can just switch over to YouTube permanently. But it's gonna take a while, you know. It doesn't happen overnight, and I wish that it was just, oh, poof, you're on YouTube, poof, gaming channel, poof, you're good. Hey! No, it doesn't work like that. You gotta put a lot of work into it. There's gonna be a lot of hours you have to put into it. You gotta really, one, want it, and two, well, it's kind of also a prey scenario, because there's no guarantee whatsoever that if you start a gaming channel on YouTube, you're going to become big. There's no guarantee in that whatsoever. People have to like you, that's the catch. If people don't like you, you're not going to get anywhere with it. And do I know if people like me? No, I have no idea. I just do what I do. I haven't really had too many people say that, yeah, you kind of suck. But, you know, it comes with the territory, so you have to expect that eventually as well. But, you know, like I said, I'm good with it. The majority of stuff that I've gotten on my channel, I've gotten compliments, so I guess I'm doing all right. But anyways, sorry, I kind of went off the trail there for a little bit. So remember, guys, this week will be Deus Ex, Mankind Divided, more of that. Fallout 4, Far Harbor. And then if I happen to beat Fallout 4 Far Harbor this week, then I'll start Nuka World. But as of right now, I don't know when I'm going to finish Fallout 4 Far Harbor. I'm trying to aim for sometime this week. Because actually, as of right now, I'm actually wandering around trying to find um, special military armor or something like that. I found the first two pieces, the left and right arm. I found those, and I'm headed to where to get the legs, and then I'll be headed to where to get the rest of it. And then once I get that done, then I'll head back to the storyline mission. All right, guys. Okay. Now, first thing I want to go over with you guys is Tomb Raider dev hires Dead Space veteran to direct new game. Tomb Raider developer Crystal Dynamics announced today that it's hired Ian Milham to become a game director for the Tomb Raider franchise. This basically confirms more Tomb Raider games are coming, though that is, of course, no surprise given it's one of the biggest in all of entertainment. Milham has been in the industry for 2 decades. He is perhaps best known for his work at Electronic Arts, where he served as art director on the Dead Space franchise at Visceral Games. More recently, he worked at Visceral on Battlefield Hardline and its new Star Wars project. Ian is one of those rare veterans who combines creativity, artistry, and passion into excellence on screen. Crystal Dynamics studio head Scott Amos said in a statement, "We are very excited to welcome Ian as the newest top-tier talent joining our studio. His attitude, aptitude, and aspirations for crafting game experiences are perfectly aligned with who and what Crystal Dynamics is all about." For his part, Milham said he's always enjoyed adventure games like Tomb Raider, so when the opportunity arose to join Crystal Dynamics, I had to jump on it. This is the home of Lara Croft, who is a legend in action-adventure gaming and pillar of the industry. Milham said in his own statement, "I've admired Crystal's work for a while now as they continue to deliver top-notch narrative and spectacle, coupled with deep systems and player choice. I'm very excited about where the studio is headed, and I'm eager to be part of it." No new Tomb Raider games have been announced. However, Square Enix has strongly suggested that the story arc that began with 2013's Tomb Raider reboot and continued with Rise of the Tomb Raider will move forward with a third game that could be the project Milham is directing, though this is not confirmed. Rise of the Tomb Raider comes to PlayStation 4 in October through the 20-year Celebration Edition, featuring content and PlayStation VR support on Sony's system. The new content, including the Blood Tie single-player expansion, will also be released on Xbox One and PC. Now, the cool thing about that is they're bringing out 2 DLCs for the Tomb Raider, and I know one is you get to go into Croft Mansion, which I think that's awesome, and then you also get to do of course, zombie killing type DLC as well. I more than likely will probably get both of those, so tune in for when I get those. At this point in time, I don't know. I already have the game pre-ordered for when it comes out in October for PlayStation 4, so I will be playing Rise of the Tomb Raider. So now let's do a quick switch. That was the first thing I wanted to go over with you guys. Coffee! I love me some coffee. Man, can you guys believe that we're almost in September? We're 1 day away now. That's crazy. Summer went by way too fast yet again. But on the bright side, now that we are heading into September. Oops. But yeah, now that we are heading into September, sorry, I was something popped up on the screen that I was trying to read. But now that we are in September, we got some good stuff coming this month. In well, let's see, it'll be in 14 days is the BioShock collection release. I cannot wait to start that again. Yes, I played all three of them. And yes, I'm going to play all three of them again so I can put them on the channel for you guys to watch. But I mean, come on. They were some of the BioShock was some of the greatest games ever created. That they're beautiful, they're brilliant. I can't wait to hop back in. And there's two other games coming out in September which I originally did not plan on, but I found out about last week. Now, I know that most of you probably have played, let's see what the hell is the game called? Dear Esther or Dear Ether. It's a game by the Chinese Room that's coming out for the PlayStation 4. It has already been out for the for PC for like a couple years now, I think. But now they're porting it over to PS4, and I want to play it because I like the Chinese Room's games. I played Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. I loved it. So I'm going to play that game. That's coming out on... It's coming out in September, but I forgot what the date is. And then there's another game coming out in September called Virginia. And it looks like it's a murder mystery game. And it looks like they're trying to base it off like X-Files type stuff, supernatural type stuff. And I want to play that game. It's another smaller game made by a smaller development team and whatnot. And I love games like that. So I will definitely be playing that one. Okay, guys. Now the next thing I want to go over with you is there are two Ubisoft games that are being shut down, and I'm gonna tell you what they are and the reasons of why. Okay, first let's see. We got Ghost Recon Phantoms. A free-to-play multiplayer shooter that initially launched in 2012 is coming to an end. Ubisoft announced this week that the PC game is shutting down, with servers going offline on December 1st. In a statement on the game's website, developer Ubisoft Singapore said the game represented a tremendous undertaking, and the team was happy to release a different take on the franchise. The studio also thanked fans for their support over the years. The official shutdown will take place on December 1st, though the game will remain playable until then. Ubisoft has disabled the in-game shop, so you can no longer buy virtual currency. Unfortunately for fans, Ubisoft is not offering refunds for players who still have a balance of credits when the game shuts down. The developer also will not offer any kind of conversion of Phantom's credits to another Ubisoft game. All of this is in line with the game's terms of service. There don't appear to be layoffs happening at Ubisoft Singapore as a result of the forthcoming shutdown. At Ubisoft explained in a surprisingly frank FAQ that employees have already moved to their new projects at the company. As for why Ubisoft is closing Phantoms, the developers said it simply didn't reach a wide enough audience. Unfortunately, GRP was not as successful as we hoped for, so we had to make the decision to close the game, the developer said. The decision wasn't easy for us, and we tried to find other ways, but in the end, we decided to close the game and focus on other projects. As for what Ubisoft Singapore is making next, the studio announced in March that it's making a big new PC and console game. Though it has not yet been announced, this won't be Phantoms 2, and as neither Ubisoft Singapore nor any other studios is likely working on a follow-up, the developer said. The FAQ also contains a question that asked if Ubisoft cares about PC players and if they are considered secondary to console users. Our goal is to provide players with the best possible experience of our games on whichever platform they choose. This means our teams take the time to optimize each game for each respective platform on which the game will be released, and that's something we've committed to continuing to improve. A Vision of Phantoms was announced for Wii U when it was known as Ghost Recon Online, but it never came out. The next Ghost Recon game is 2017's Ghost Recon Wildlands, while a movie based on the franchise is also in the works and will be produced by Michael Bay. Oh, that's pretty cool. Might be interested in seeing that. We'll see. Ubisoft's Singapore studio also created Assassin's Creed 3's Naval Battles, which went on to become a key pillar of Assassin's Creed Black Flag and Assassin's Creed Rogue. Ubisoft is also shutting down another free-to-play game, The Mighty Quest for Epic Loot. All service will close down on October 25th, 2016. Ubisoft said in its forums, the publisher used the same exact statement as on Phantoms to explain why the game is shutting down. Unfortunately, Mighty Quest for Epic Loot was not as successful as we hoped for. We had to make the decision to close the game. The developer said the decision wasn't easy for us and we tried to find other ways. But in the end, we decided to close the game and focus on other projects. Now, that takes care of that little tidbit. And then I just got one more thing to go over with you guys. So yeah, September definitely is going to be a good month, especially with, the BioShock collection coming out. And then I'm going to jump into, like I said, that Dear Esther thing game. And then I'm also going to jump in and play that Virginia game. And then also I got to start Fallout 4 Nuka World. Woo! And then October. Now, October is going to be crazy. There's a lot of games coming out in October that, I will have on the channel. And let's see, what the heck are they? Obviously, Rise of the Tomb Raider. Battlefield 1, Titanfall 2, The Last Guardian. There's something else in October, and I'm blanking out on what the heck it is. Oh, Mafia 3. That comes out as well. So, yeah. Whew. October is going to be busy for me. And then, it rolls right into November, which is going to be now, let's see, Dishonored 2, Watch Dogs 2, and the Killing Floor 2. Because last week I also found out Killing Floor 2 is going to be released on like November 13th or November 16th or 18th, I think. It's definitely in November. Because I have been waiting for a while for them to finally say when they're releasing it on a PS4, because it's been on PC for a while now in Steam, or is it STEM? I think it's Steam. It's been in there for a while now, and they're releasing it over to PS4 in November, but I don't know the exact date. But I know it's in November. I know it's in the beginning of November, so that's being released as well. Okay, sorry guys. I always go on my little tangents about crap. All right, for those of you that play the game Star Citizen, I'm just gonna let you guys know there are some major updates added with 2.5. So let's just check it out. Developer Cloud Imperium Games announced this week that it launched a major major new update to the in-development PC game in the form of Alpha 2.5. This update includes significant changes to the game's Crusader persistent user environment, while it also adds the Grim Hex pirate base and 3 ships. There are also balance tweaks and bug fixes included with the update. The Grim Hex Outlaw base sounds pretty cool. It's where those operating outside the law can meet up and purchase weapons and items, among other things. There's plenty to discover at Grim Hex, including a pair of stores. Scudder's is a guns and armor shop with a focus on energy weapons, and KC Trending is a new clothing store of unique merchandise. But that's only the beginning. Grim Hex will continue to expand with future patches with the addition of a bar, criminal missions, and outlaw racing area. Cloud Emporium said in its blog. Additionally, the arrival of the Grim Hex pirate base will have an effect on Star Citizen's faction and reputation system. This is because with the update applied, players who decide to break the law will now spawn at Grim Hex instead of with everyone else. Additionally, lawbreakers are losing the ability to use quantum travel to reach Port Olisar as part of this update. Grim Hex is located deep in the Yila asteroid belt, and you'll need to explore the region yourself to locate it, or just ask an outlaw. There are trustworthy sort. The developer. Oh, they're a trustworthy sort. Alpha 2.5 also adds Star Citizen's first version of its ship landing system that aims to offer a simple and smooth automated landing system and gives players the ability to land manually. In the future, the landing system will be improved and will feature things like docking and the ability to ask and attain landing authorization through in-game communication. There are just a sampling of the changes for Star Citizen with the Alpha 2.5 update. Be sure to read this in-depth blog and the full patch notes to get up to speed of everything the update introduces. And we got Star Citizen is the most successful crowd-funded project of any kind in history. Oh, well. The latest numbers show that people have pitched in more than 122 million to help make the game a reality. Holy shit! 122 million crowd-funded? That's insane. Holy crap. Wow. You got some dedicated people out there that are gamers, you know. The gamer community is awesome. Okay, guys, that is a wrap on news for this week. And as always, just remember, starting with this week, we will be doing more of the Deus Ex Mankind Divided. We will be doing also more of the Fallout 4 Far Harbor. And then, depending on if I get through the rest of Fallout 4 Far Harbor this week, I will start Fallout 4 Nuka World. So, it all depends. But yeah, that's it for right now. And remember, guys, also, starting in September, we will be hopping into the BioShock collection. We will be playing Dear Esther, and we will also be playing a game called Virginia. So keep that in mind for September, guys. That's what will be going on. Obviously, every week when I do my news updates, I will let you guys know what I did that week and what I have planned on for the rest of the week. And that looks like it's going to be a wrap for this week. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head. I am going to try to at least get to a level 30 in Fallout 4 Far Harbor before I go over to Nuka World, just because, like I said, I've heard, and when I saw developer the developers do like a little uh, part on the game, they did like an hour on the game right at the beginning of their demo. They said that you want to at least be a level 30. So, like I said, from what I've heard and from what I've seen, uh, level 30 seems to be the appropriate one to at least start with. I mean, obviously, if you're higher, then that's awesome for you. Me, I am not. I will, like I said, I'll try to get to a level 30, and then I'll hop over there, and hopefully everything will be okay. I wish I was a higher level, but I did not have the time to put into the game like that to where I could get to those really high levels. I mean, I know my one friend that's playing Nuka World now. He's a level 81 or 82, which is just insane to me. That's a lot of time to put into Fallout, but he loves the Fallout series. He's played every single DLC that came out for Fallout 4. But he's slightly crazy when it comes to putting in crazy amounts of hours into games. Um, and yeah, that's all I can think of for right now. That's all I got, guys. Remember, as always, please do me a huge favor and hit that like button for me. And please, if you really like it, subscribe. If you want to throw in comments in the comments section, do it. And as always, I will be back next week. My name is Colin, aka Mr. Kawa, and that is a wrap on this week's news updates. All right, guys, take care. Love you. Deuces.